Hello, welcome. We're going to have a look at response and how it's used in Lumio, and particularly how it's used for actually collecting that data and exporting it, and then obviously having the analytics behind it as well. And we'll also look at other activities that have got the data and the assessments built into it as well, and see how those can be really useful for your classroom. So as you can kind of see over there, that's kind of the teacher's page, and then kind of below me, you can see it actually as a student as well. So as I'm obviously going through these pages, going through my lesson that's been imported, I can go next on here, and actually I've then got a response activity on here. So as I click start, what you'll notice on that kind of teacher screen over there is that it loads and it's kind of waiting to start, and you'll see the overall progress of the whole class as they go through the activity. And then as a student, then the questions will be then on here, and I can scroll down and see which one it is. I can click that one, click next, and I'm kind of going through that questions there. As I'm going through those questions as a learner, you can see as the teacher point of view, I have an overview of how they're doing within the class. As I click on show questions, I can show a bit of data of that, see which ones. I can see that all the children have answered that one and that one, but no one's answered this one yet. And actually you can see those live results from there. So as then the children answer their particular questions, I can then see them actually, those are the ones that are answers. That's real-time response as a teacher based on the learners. It doesn't go into student individual data as a whole class, designed to be that fear factor is not there. Everyone can share their content, everyone can kind of have a go at it, but you get a general rule of kind of where the class are in there. And as I kind of then go through these questions here, just clicking on any until I get an answer. Let's put wood as an example. I then finish those. I can submit all my questions as the learner down below. Good job. And then go to the end of here. I can see that everyone's done it. They've got to the end. If I go back to the overview, I can see that my whole class have answered 100% of these, and I can click end and review. So then that ends the activities for the class. I can then still see on that teacher side as that review process. But actually, as the learner here, and let's just make this bigger so we can see it for now, I can actually go through and say, oh, look, there's my opinion. I got that one correct. That one was incorrect. That one was incorrect. I probably should have done these properly. But then I've given these examples. So I, as a learner, am getting that feedback straight away from all of these, from in here. And let's just make that a bit smaller and put that down at the bottom. But then also, as actually the teacher here, as we're reviewing all these questions, I have got the option to actually export these results as well. Those are going to be exported as CSV file. So you can open up in Excel or Google's versions or Apple, whatever it might be. So I can then open these, double click on that, and they're going to open somewhere on my computer here. Let's just make them a little bit bigger so we can see them. And then I can see that those results have come through. Obviously, the green ones are going to be the ones that are correct. The red ones are incorrect. You can see there's the grade of kind of overall. They got 33% correct with the name here. And then the blue ones here those are the ones that are opinion. So if you are marking these as a kind of afterwards, you are then going to look at the blue ones to say, is that where they want? Obviously, the rest is done for you. If I'm having the whole class, all of them are going to be in there. And you can see that, for example, this one here, 100% of my class got it correct. And that's a really great way to inform your teaching as well on those percentages at the bottom for that as well. It's a really great way. Then you can put that data, store that data, use it wherever you want. And of course, that is going to be actually saved within the topic itself. And that is then going to be part of your lesson for that. So we're actually going to have a look at how to actually create these as well. So if I go into these three dots here and edit this lesson, you can see now there is all of my lesson down here, including that response activity here. And by doing that, I'm adding in a response, which is the one in the middle here. And then within this one here, I can then add in my own content by adding in these questions. And there's lots of different question types that I can add to that, like a true and false. I can add any of the questions I want. I can add them in there. If it was a different question, it would be, let's just click on that drop-down menu. I'm just going a bit of a go slope. There we are. And it might be that poll. It can be multiple choice or even just a short answer. And you can put kind of some areas that you want them to mark up as correct at the bottom there. That is all included in the standard plan. If perchance you have got the Lumio Spark plan, you'll also see this Lumio AI Assist. Rather than writing the questions yourselves, this assist here will just do that 80% of the work for you. So I could choose multiple choice questions. I could choose a grade level. For in the UK, just add one. So if it was a year 5 group, I would just then choose grade 4. I can have a few questions. I'm just going to pick 2 based on Romans as an example. In fact, I'm going to do states of matter because that was the last one. States of matter. I can say different standards within here as well. You can either search for your own or just choose one or leave it blank. I'm going to want these actually quite advanced. And then when I click generate, those questions then are generated for me. So also it then actually clicks it onto, oh, something went wrong. It would then, let's just click the Romans for now then. Because whether it's just me. It would then, I can then actually edit these ones here. No, it's gone down for me. I can then actually go then ahead and actually edit these questions once I've got them generated for me, and then I'll be able to see those within there as well. So again, that 20% of extra is then personalizing for my own learners based on that topic there as well. And then those are going to be part of my lesson. I can use those from there as well. So that's really the way you use response, get that data out and use that as a great example for your learners there. If I do want to add in any more, there's also these game-based activities. Have a look which ones you want to use. This kind of quick guide here will just show you a quick guide of what that activity is. At the moment, as of kind of March 25, 3 of these activities have got the analytics as well. So rank order, super sort, and match them up. So if I'm then making this rank order game, I can type these in here. I'm just going to type in my types tables just for now. I can add those in there, click next. I can customize my background, choose my own topic. I'm just going to use a Lumia one for now. Click finish. And then that game is created. And then just get rid of this pop-up. As a teacher, I can press play on that one, and then it's going to be sent out to my students as well. It is going on a bit of a go slow. There we are. I can then finish editing. Then that activity is running for me as a teacher, and then it's also going to be on for the students as well. So as they start that activity, they can play it, they can see it all here. As a teacher, I can model that activity. Of course, I can open up the dashboard as well. So as the student goes into it, they can kind of see which ones they got correct, which ones they got incorrect within here. And let's just finish this one for now. I'll be able to see that then from a teacher's point of view, that one has completed it. Again, by default, I can't see any student data. If I do want to see a little bit, some appears. If I do want to go a little bit deeper, I can show the student's progress. Again, am I sure I want to be displaying this? Yes, I am. Student data, and I can actually see that that particular student, the one that I did below, here they got that one wrong on all the different attempts and everything from there as well. And of course, I can export those results as well at the top. Export results. Again, that'll be going as that CSV file, so I can open that in anything I want to. That will then show, once that loads, here, the time took, which one's got incorrect, which one's correct, and again, against each student as well, and just date stamp it at the top as well. So a great way to showing that progress, showing that data all within Lumio itself. Of course, that was adding to a lesson. In the same way, if you would just prefer to make a scratch from as well, I can just click on new and actually start my lesson just by adding one of these as well. So hopefully that's a few great ways of using response within your classroom. It'd be great to hear about how many other ways you were doing it as well, or share different ways of doing that. But hopefully that has been useful and given you a quick insight how to use response and use that data within Lumio. Thanks very much. See you soon. Bye-bye.